follow tomorrow. All right. Yeah, here's somebody that's trying to get in that I don't know who it is. All right, here we go. So this is for your test that you're going to have on Thursday. Things that you need to do right after this presentation. You'll want to print off the equations table, which is right here. So when you click on it, you'll notice that I have blocked off some of the equations. These are ones you will not use, period, at all. You probably will not use the ones for waves. However, that might happen. I'm only doing this because we had a couple people come in a little bit late. All the other equations are valid. Make sure you know where all of them kind of occur. Here's the rotational motion ones. Those occur all the way down to about here. Here's spring energy, density. You've got simple harmonic motion, universal gravitation. You've got energy, momentum, centripetal acceleration, forces, and kinematics. So one thing you might do is you could block where each one of those are if you want to, and that would work out really, really well. And so you'll want to see that. This is the AP exam day checklist. You want to make sure you fill it out for each and every one of your exams, but mainly for the one that you have on Thursday. You should get an email tomorrow. If you don't get it, let me know, and I will then again tell you how to get there. Be sure that you can get into myap.collegeboard.org. The instructions are right here on how to go in and make sure that your email address is right. So that's something I would do tonight, so you don't have to worry about that email. Next thing, this is the 4 things we're going to go over very quickly about your AP exam ticket. So this is the ticket that you're going to get tomorrow. And you can also get this ticket on myapcollegeboard.org. The ticket is pretty easy to read. It'll tell you what time you're supposed to be there and the whole shot. So make sure that you do get that tomorrow. Your test is on Thursday, May 14th. It is at 4:00 p.m. But for you, you need to think it's at 3:30. Here's why you need to think it's at 3:30. It's at 3:30 because you need to be there 30 minutes early. So if you're not there 30 minutes early, you might have trouble getting in, only because lots of people will be trying to get in. And then if you have issues and you're trying to get in 5 minutes before 4 o'clock, you might be in a load of trouble. And you have to be in when the test starts, or they will not let you start. If you're late, you're out of luck. You'll have to then request the June testing date. All right, next one. What to expect on this exam. It will not be any more difficult to earn a 3, 4, or 5. It will be just the same as it always has been. This year, they are not curving. They never do curve these exams. So what they do is they say, here's the test. We're going to say that from here until eternity, if you get a 58% on this test, you will score a 3. If you get about a 65% or a 60, well, maybe closer to 68%, you'll get a 4. And if you get a 75% or better, you'll get a 5. That's been what it's been in the past. Now, does it change from year to year? Yes. Why? Because the test also has a lot of statistics that come with it in terms of how difficult it is. So they look at standard deviation, they look at the mean, they look at all that stuff, and they will adjust it slightly for that. That's called setting the cut scores. So they do that, but they are very, very close to those percentages I just gave you. If you don't complete all parts of the question, don't worry. The test is 20 minutes, 25 minutes with a 5-minute submission period after that, and then 15 minutes with a 5-minute submission point after that. If you do not submit in that 5-minute period, it will go on to the next question, and then you might as well just quit and go ahead and say, fine, I need to take the June exam. Don't wait. Don't think that you're going to outsmart the exam. You have to stop typing immediately and give yourself that 5 minutes to submit. That's part of the reason why 1,000 out of the 50,000 students who took the AP Physics and Mechanics today didn't get it in. They didn't get it in because they didn't get started uploading in time. So it's really important that you do that. Please submit whatever work you've done. Okay, so that'll be really important too. There are 3 ways to do it. I'm going to have you do this actually a different way than I first thought I would, based on today and on some things people have said over the weekend. I think you should do the copy and paste. And here's why. I'm going to take you to the Canvas page now, and on the Canvas page, you're going to see that there are several things here. One of them is that equation sheet. You'll see it right here. So you can click on it. It will take you to the same equation sheet with the same modification. On top of that, there are two templates. Template for question 1 and template for question 2. You need both of these. They both need to be filled out. They both need to be open and ready for you to go. You don't want to go looking for them. So first thing I would do is create a folder in your Google Drive on the root folder. So not hidden within AP Physics, within exams, within something else. Right there so you can see it. You might even put A1 space AP Physics 1 exam. A1 just means that it's probably going to be at the very top. If you do that and you put the equation sheet in there and you put a copy of the cheat sheets. So remember the cheat sheets. There's a Word or it's a Google Doc version of a really nice cheat sheet. This one has section 1 skills, and these are graphs and how to do all of the things that you need to do in terms of linearization. Then there's proportional reasoning. After that, there's linearization and graphical analysis. Section 2 is all about content. And you can search this just by hitting Control F or on a Mac, Option F. And then you just type in rotation. Wherever the word rotation is, there's 11 instances of it. You can go through and you can find each one and find out what you need. So if I want rotational energy, I just keep going until boom, there it is, okay? So those are the things that you need to know about this document. It's got everything that could be on the test. Remember, waves and sound are not, but oscillations are. So be careful because that will be there. Other things that are in cheat sheets, there's a PDF version of this, and it's the same thing. You can still search it the same way. There's also on here a cheat sheet from the NIMSY group, and that has all the stuff. So we created these to help everybody out. They are very helpful. There's many pages to this. You can also search it using Command F, or I'm sorry, Control F or Command F. AP Physics 1 for 2020 only, that's the equation sheet again. The lecture notes from Flipping Physics for the reviews are all in here, and those are searchable. And then this presentation is right here. The presentation is also on this thing. So it's on Canvas. You just click on the Google slide deck and it will bring up the same presentation. So all those things are in there. I would download them and make sure that you have them. Let's go back to how you're going to actually submit your answers. So you can copy paste, you can attach a typed response, or you can attach one or more photos. You cannot use Internet Explorer. If that's the only browser you have, you are out of luck. All right, here we go. So this is the first one. This is what I would do if I was taking this exam. And so when you do this one, you're going to have this first template open. In fact, you'll have both the templates open. So you want to go ahead and have them open. You already want to have them in your folder. And where it says AP ID, you'll want to go in here and you'll want to type in your AP ID, that number. Then you're going to want to type your initials. Those are the only two things you need to do other than going up and doing the same thing in the name of the document. You will have to create a copy. So make a copy first, then change everything. Make sure you have it saved. Do the same thing for the second question. So there's question 1 and question 2. So make sure that you do that for each one. Once you have done that, alrighty, what you'll do is you'll type in here, and then you're going to copy. And once you copy it, you'll paste it into the submission box. They suggest that you use side-by-side windows. So I have a little program that does that for me. And so I can have side-by-side windows like this. I can see the test on one page. I can see my Google Doc on the second. If you have 2 monitors, that's even better. If you have 3 monitors, that's even great. But if you only have 1 monitor, do it this way, okay? So you can split them. There's a lot of different ways to do that. I think one of the most popular ways to do it is to do the corner drag. The corner drag is pretty easy to do. You just go up into kind of the corner. Now I can't do it on this because I got 3 monitors going on, but you just drag it up into the corner and it works really well. All right, so that is getting into those documents, copying and pasting your answers. So I will show you a little bit better what that looks like. You can also do what we originally talked about, and that is submitting either a doc, a docx, a PDF, a .txt, or a .odt. .odt is open office. I would use PDF. If you're going to do it this way, please use PDF. That will preserve any formatting that you've done or anything like that. So that is definitely the way to do it. The other thing is when the timer has 5 minutes, you need to submit. So when it says you have 5 minutes to attach your response, make sure that you do that. The last way is to handwrite. Please don't do that. This is why I talked to Michelle Strand. Her name, we call her Shelly. She is the development committee chair for AP Physics C. She wrote the questions for C with a group of people. Luther Stroderman did that with AP Physics 2. I know both of them really well. I work with their kids. And they help me out then too. They've seen all the questions. The AP Physics C people were worried if they just typed, they wouldn't be able to do it. They said it was more than doable. You're going to type the entire time. Don't handwrite, don't draw pictures. We won't look at your pictures. So if that's all you do is draw pictures and equations, they're not going to get graded. So please make sure that you don't use handwriting, okay? If you type, make sure that you have these 2 docs already up when you type and that you can just copy and paste right on in. Next thing, here is requesting a makeup. If for some reason something happens like it did to one of the students today, then you can request a makeup. When you click on this, I don't think this link works. So, oh, nope, it does. So now you'll go in and you'll see when the makeup dates are, and you can go in then and explain what happened, and they will then let you in. Next thing, they'll review your form and they'll let you know May 25th whether or not you can have that. You need to do that 48 hours after the exam ends. If you don't, you won't take it again. Okay, so just kind of watch out. If you do the whole test and you're like, I could have done better, they will not let you take it again. Okay, you have to have a valid reason. 5 steps to take before exam day. Make sure that you read these. They're super important. You want to do those. Make sure your contact information is correct. So if they need to get a hold of you, they can. And then these are the submissions again. So this is submission 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to have everybody tomorrow try this because I think it's really important. If you've already done this in AP Econ or another class, that's awesome. You're going to practice again because I think the more you practice, the better off you're going to be. You'll notice that if you have Grammarly, Grammarly is a program that allows you to go in and check your spelling, check your grammar, all that. You cannot have it installed. You'll have to uninstall it. If you need help with that, let me know. But if you have it installed and it's your parents' machine and they say you can't uninstall it, tell them that I can't take the test because it will not allow you to submit. And I think that's part of the reason some of those 1,000 people had trouble is because they didn't pay attention to the instructions. So those are the things, these are the 3 ways to upload. There is a demo. This demo I'm going to put in Canvas for tomorrow. You're going to try one of these. When you click the link, you'll go to the exam day. It will say go to demo. You'll go there, and then it tells you in the directions what to type. So when you type this password, it'll let you in. It'll tell you you're doing a demo. It'll have you do 2 questions. You'll have 10 minutes, 5 minutes to read the question, answer it, 5 minutes to respond. There's also a timer on the bottom that tells you how much time before your exam starts. You'll want to type in your first name, your last name. You're going to do all those other things. I don't know what all this is. And so you'll have to just kind of take your time. So here, May 13th, that's my birthday. And then let's just say 2001. So all that's there. And then I have to agree. And then once the timer gets done, then we could move on. At that point, there'd be a question. It would be a fake question. And we have to just tell it where we're doing things from, okay? So my exam will be, again, soon, and it tells you how to attach a text file, how to attach a photo, and how to copy and paste. So once that starts, we'll already be almost done, and I can show you kind of how that works. So I'm going to have you actually practice using that demo. On exam day, you need your exam ticket, your checklist, your device, your browser needs to be Chrome. Please make sure it's Chrome. Firefox works, Safari or Edge also works, but it was built for Chrome. You make sure you have internet. Make sure that you have your Google Docs open and ready to go, as well as your folder with all the cheat sheets. That's super important to already have all that stuff open. And then you're ready to go. So once you get going, don't waste your time searching for things on the internet. Here's the reason why. If I type in, let's say that there's a rotational motion of a ball, rotation motion ball of an inclined plane energy. Oh, look, I found it. And there's the question. Oh, that's so cool. And now what am I going to do? I'm going to go in and I'm going to copy all this and paste it into my answer. You will get a 0. They won't score your exam. It will be nullified. You won't even get a 1. And they will alert all your colleges that you have listed, that you cheated on this. They'll tell our school and whatever else. So please don't do that. Look for tomorrow. You should get your ticket and you should be set. Remember, if you don't get it, you can go to myap.collegeboard.com and you can check it. Here's the checklist. Make sure that you have it and that you're ready to go. 30 minutes beforehand, so that would be 3:30 our time. You'll want to get in and make sure that you can get in. 25 minutes is the first question, 5 minutes to upload. When you're done, you wait, and then automatically it flips to the question. You won't be able to submit. Don't do the 1 second thing unless you're like a glutton for punishment. Question 2 will appear. You'll have to develop a response. Then you'll have 5 minutes to upload that. So please be careful. This is the QQT. This is the one where you have to do qualitative and quantitative analysis, where you'll describe something, and then you'll use some basic equations or basic things like that to show how that fits together. Most likely it'll be a graph, and you'll have to determine something from the graph. The 15-minute thing is a paragraph length response. So you know how to answer both of those, so you should be absolutely fine. Next thing here is your testing environment. I know some of you probably have a loud household. You've got like 50 kids in your family, and mom and dad are always playing air hockey downstairs, and it's super loud. Please tell them to be quiet, okay? Make sure on your cell phone you turn all your ringers off, vibrator thing off, all that other stuff, because if you don't and you get distracted, you might get behind in the test and then not submit. So please be very, very careful. Exam security, please don't cheat. They already have caught some people. They're already, going after them. Just don't do it. It's just not a good idea. Make sure before you start the exam, you check in. You're going to enter your AP ID. You're going to say continue. It'll tell you when it starts. Then when you answer your questions, if you have Grammarly, remember, disable it or it won't function. I would uninstall it. Exams with more than one question, which you have, once you do the first one, you won't be able to go back. So once you hit submit, if there's still 10 minutes left and 5 minutes for the submission, you just sit, because there's nothing you can do. You can't go back. Don't reload your browser. That's the other thing that they told us. If you get knocked off, you can go back in by using your ID, but they do not give you any more time. Whatever time was wasted was wasted. So just know that. There will be timers there so that you kind of know what's going on. Submitting your response, there will be 3 boxes. I would prefer you use the pasted text response. So let's see if this sucker is open for us or not. Aha! So it is open. I have 10 minutes to do this. So once I get through, it says I can either attach or paste my response. So I'm going to go in here and I want to paste my response. Notice my AP ID and my initials are there. So I'm going to hit Control C and I'm going to go into this little sucker and I'm going to paste it in. It looks just like it did when I typed it. So that's what you want to do. Then when you're done, boink, you hit submit. And once you're done, that's it. It's over. So now I have to wait 10 minutes for question 2, okay? So that's kind of the way that it will go. That's your submitting your response. So hopefully that's super easy. If something happens, please don't refresh your browser. Don't call customer service, just give it a second. If it crashes, then go back in, okay? But just be really, really, really careful as you're taking it. Your scores will come out sometime starting on July 15th. We're going to grade them the first 2 weeks of June. It's going to take us twice as much time to grade less questions, but there's going to be 2 people grade each and every single question. Usually it's just 1. If you want any of these to go to a college, you need to do that before June 20th. After June 20th, there's a $15 fee. And then if you're a senior and you need them rushed, you have to pay $25 per report on top of the 15. So you're blowing 40 bucks. So make sure you get it done. Check your browser. If you check your browser, make sure that it's Chrome, make sure it's up to date, make sure your computer's up to date. You guys know all the good fun things to do. Disable any browser plugins or extensions. Grammarly is one that we know will not work well. If you need to figure that out, do a Google search and just say how to disable browser extensions. Leave your security on, of course, because that could be bad if somebody hacked in. Other than that, I think that's it. So this is the page you really probably want to go to next. Copy these into this folder you create, print the equation sheet, make sure there's a copy inside of this folder just in case you lose it. Copy these, put them into the folder, but make sure that you name them with your ID number, not your school ID number, your AP ID number and your initials. Okay, if you need help with your initials, let me know. I can help you with that. I cannot help you with your ID. You'll have to find that on your own. Reread the slide deck. Text me if you have more questions, and then those people who didn't show up or didn't show up in time, I will get with them and we will make sure that they are good. Your exam is, Aiden, 2 questions. And it is, we knew that a while ago. Remember, we've been talking about the first one is a qualitative quantitative translation. The second one is a paragraph length formation. So those are the 2 types. Make sure that you have done all these questions that we've been giving to you and you should be okay. I would include your middle initial or initials. I know a lot of kids that I have, they're from Texas, that I help on the exam. They have 2 or 3 middle names sometimes, and so they have several initials. Just, you know, everybody's different cultures and things. So whatever your initials are, I'd put them all in there, and then that way they know for sure it's you and that it's not been somebody else. They will ask you some identifying questions too, so make sure that everything's up to date in the College Board site. Otherwise, you're going to have a little bit of trouble. All right, cool. Tomorrow, you will have some very light work to do just to get you so that you can review some things. And I'm going to have people that didn't come to this, they're going to need to watch an ed puzzle and answer some questions so that I know that they're set. You guys will not have to do that because you've done that tonight, which is a good thing. All right, does anybody have any verbal questions or any other questions? Those are great questions, guys. Aiden, that was excellent. Brianna, that was good. All right, you guys good? Awesome. All right, so I will see you virtually tomorrow. We will do a review session tomorrow night at 9. If you want to show up, we'll do one tomorrow night, one on Wednesday night, and none on Thursday night because you'll be done, and that'll be awesome. All right, good luck. Take your time. If you're taking a test tomorrow, if you're taking calculus tomorrow, have an awesome time. I know it'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully, it won't be too buggy. All right, bye, guys. See you later.